Yeah, so why don't you tell us a little bit about how you got into the arts?
Well, my family they are in art. My grandfather, he was an artist. My mom, she's an artist, and I grew up in my grandfather's studio actually. So from whatever I remember, I've been around, paint, canvas, brush. So I think it's part of my life. It's not something that I got into it. It's just part of my nature.
And did you pursue the same medium as your parents and grandparents?
No, my grandfather, he used to work with oil painting, and my mom, she does actually watercolor, but I cannot use watercolor. It's just too difficult for me. Now I use acrylic. Sometimes I switch to watercolor or ink just for, having experience, or pastel, but most of, my paintings on canvas, I use acrylic.
Okay, and what about their work inspired you as you were growing up?
Uh, well, their hard work. I remember my grandfather, he was painting every day. Well, because first of all, it was his job. But even those days, on his day offs, he was painting. He was creating something.
Wow.
So never stopped that. So I think that's one of the most, important parts in every artist's life.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So
And what would you say you learned from them that is really valuable? Would you say it's the hard work?
yes, hard work, um, having a schedule every day, and maybe even one day, we are all artists, and maybe one day we wake up and say we're not in the mood for creating anything. But I think as soon as you start just putting a little bit time from your day and just concentrate on whatever you did, or think about something or read a book, um, then you can continue to create that day. So it's like having that schedule, teach yourself that you have to have a schedule every day.
Yes. And what advice would you give to students who are looking to study painting?
uh it seems easy, but it's not. I mean, so many people, they think, oh, you're a painting major, so you should have a lot of fun. It's relaxing, actually. It's not. um, so whenever I was in school, well, we had our own studios. Those days I was getting so tired because I was thinking so much about my work, and talking with instructors. um, it takes a lot of energy from an artist to create an art. It's not just like sitting there and moving your brush. So you have to accept that as a student, that you're gonna have you're gonna put a lot of time, uh, hard work, and finish whatever you start.
And how would you say you balance university life and your work and, a job?
Well, I'm married. I have a toddler, and actually I'm pregnant with second one now.
Wow, congrats.
Thank you. And I graduated this semester. So if I can do it, I think any other person can do it. Just wake up every morning, go to school and finish your day. Just take it step by step, step by step. Don't think, oh my God, I have the whole semester, how I'm gonna do this. No, just think about that day. And I think that's gonna be easier.
And you say that in your description that you work on a stream of consciousness. I guess, method? And can you explain that a little bit for us?
Well, my work is, I'm trying to, collect shapes from my daily environment as much as I can. I work in like abstract, so I believe we all are living in an abstract world. Everything can turn into abstraction. So I'm trying to, get to that point, learn that actually every day. How can I, for example, turn a movie that I see or a music that I listen to an abstraction, or my environment, like having a conversation with someone, or a picture that I see, or if I go and have a walk, like my environment, how can I turn that into very simple, minimalist abstraction. So still learning. I don't think I never stop that, but that's the, that's my plan. That's the goal.
Yeah, and what's your creative process for creating a piece?
Well, every piece is different, very different. And I don't know if that's a good thing or it's a bad thing, but I remember my instructors, they would say, it's like when they would come to my studio, it's like having 5 artists in one studio, because my work is different than the other one. It honestly, it depends on the day, how I start that day. My imagination, again, my surroundings.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I see one object, even just like in a very simple environment, like my studio, and I turn that object into shape. So that's the way each painting, I start that.
And can you describe for us your method of abstraction?
Yeah. Well, I don't think abstraction, how can I describe that to you? Well, it's not easy first. it's a process of thoughts and sketches, and sometimes I start my one work and I leave it, and I go do some research about that. I go to different artists, or look through their work to get inspiration, and then I go back and finish my work. And sometimes it's just I start the work and I put a couple days on it and I finish it. So it's more how I can change something realistic to something which, when my viewers look, they cannot, they can have their own understanding, they can have their own observation from my work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and what's a piece that you're particularly proud of that you've made?
Well, my latest work, which is Fallen Eyes, I like that a lot. And it was not, I think it was not last semester, before that, I did 2 very big work. And I did it as an experiment. I did on king size bedsheet, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, that was very interesting for me. I really liked the movement that I had to walk from one side of, canvas actually to the other side. And my whole body was involved. It was not just sitting on the, chair and have my brush in my hand. It was like a whole body movement. So I think that was one of the greatest decision I made during school time.